Okay, okay. It looks like he's muted for now. So I will continue, ladies and gentlemen, with what I was thinking, and that is that if these anarchists actually get their way, the world would become an incredibly awful place. It will be a despot. It'll just become this backwards, incredibly unfriendly, uninhabitable environment. So
All right,
so okay,
I'm
you're
back.
back. You're back. Okay, I was just trying to keep. I was just filling time, dude. You can't dox your own people. You're calling out their names whilst you're on the stream. Good job. This is not live, and this can be at least edited out. But you're doxing your own folks here.
Oh, by using their first name. Oh boy.
Well, luckily, you have people whose names are fairly generic. If I was to call out some of my people's names, they'd be able to pinpoint them in a 5 minute flat. But nevertheless, it's best not to call out people's names in the background.
Oops.
uh,
Sorry.
Anyway,
So, how much of that did you hear before I ended up?
oh, I heard him go. I heard him. You said, "Oh, so and so, you can't do that. You're not a god," or something about gods, or some.
I am a god. Fuck off.
I see. I see.
Oh my
Anyway,
god.
but basically, yeah, as I was saying with the whole anarchist things, it's just gonna the people who advocate for this, I don't think would survive that world. That's the
Hmm.
irony of it. The
Yeah.
ones who think have this romantic view of an anarchist world would actually not be able to survive it. And the place actually that I was thinking about, which I said Darfur, but I mean, although Darfur is a pretty godforsaken environment, is Aleppo in Syria. As I said, these
Yeah.
these guys, they need to go to these places. They need to actually
Hmm.
experience the horrors of war and famine and
Hmm.
pestilence and all the shit
I
apocalypse
mean, I haven't
brings.
actually been. I haven't actually been. I travel quite a lot. I haven't actually been to like anywhere that's actually been like war stricken. I mean, I've been to quite a lot of like new countries. I've been to the UAE, which is only like 45 years old.
Yeah, but that's
Um,
that's that's a paradise. The UAE nations. They're all fully
uh,
built. They got shopping malls with air conditioning. You got fucking ski pistes in
yeah,
the
and they
goddamn.
stone people for converting to
No, 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 no,
Christianity.
no. But the thing is,
Um,
you don't see that. You go there and you stay in your air conditioned hotels and you swim in your swimming pools and you enjoy the beach
mm,
and you go shopping and then you come home.
yeah.
That's not living in a
Oh no 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 no
despotic
no 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 no. That
society.
was an example. I'm just
Yeah.
okay. Next example would be when I lived in India. Like just walking around the streets and shit. I mean, like you'd see it like everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. That.
Because it wasn't as hot as the Arabian desert, so then, like there wouldn't be like loads of people living their paradise lives in like malls and shit. Also in places like China as well, which is another place I've lived. The children I don't even want to say think of the children. Anyway, like the whole thing just smelled of tobacco smoke.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Well.
I heard from very great YouTuber China Uncensored.
Okay.
Um, he guy Chris Chappell. I don't even know if that's his real name or a persona, but basically, he did this excellent thing where he said that in order to look like a lot of Chinese citizens were outside of poverty, what they would do is they would raise their salaries by 10 pence over the poverty line.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they technically weren't in poverty, but they were just
Just
10p
above.
over the poverty
Yeah.
line.
Yeah. I mean, this. It's of course
Yeah,
they do
and
shit
one
like that.
yeah, because communiism.
Well,
Let's do the
no, but
thing.
what I mean is, unfortunately, yeah. I mean, you're right. Yeah, because of
Yeah.
communism or because of any kind of dictatorial system would try to give this outer
Mm.
appearance that their people are fine
And
whilst
and the
they're
thing is that
suffering.
yeah, and this is a different topic entirely, but with things like the one-child policy and whatnot, what that has effectively created is a form of like survival of the fittest kind of. I'm gonna have a boy. He's gonna be really good at maths, really good at English and whatnot. So like I heard somewhere stupid like the ratio to men and women in Beijing is something like 25 to 1. It's just like, what? Basically, in Beijing, in order to even consider getting married, you have to already have a house. You have to already have a stable job. You already
Well, yeah. Sorry, you're breaking up. You're breaking up. I've lost you again. Go ahead.
in a Chinese orphanage, and of course, it was under the government's nose. They couldn't
Yeah.
do anything about it. But I'm a fucking rebel.
One thing
Basically,
I want to mention. As far as I understand, that one child per family law has now changed.
oh yeah,
They
now
have,
it's 2 children
yeah,
per
per couple.
household.
Mm.
Yeah, that's only because they realized that kind of shallowing it down just won't help with growth at all. And so that's why they would only raise it to two-child policy. But obviously, if you pay loads and loads of money, you can get 3 children.
Well,
People do that.
yeah. Well,
Um,
in a way, I'll be honest. It's weird, but I can't entirely disagree with some form of population control.
oh
I
yeah,
mean, look at
definitely.
India. Look at India and its massive population,
Yeah,
and
billions of people.
its huge poverty issues.
Yeah.
You got these.
Here's a fun fact. The primary school I went to there had a slum next to it,
The,
while like just a slum next to it. While they're like making developments on like fucking space travel. I mean,
yeah.
that's not the country you do it in.
No, but what I mean is, this is the sort of issues of trying to balance democracy with actually
mm,
keeping control, or at least having some sort of control over your population growth or your population explosion, and also trying to
yeah.
keep everyone fed, clothed, and housed. This, the
Mm,
logistics in India must be insane. And it's not
yeah.
just, by the way, it's not just the Indian government, although they are deeply corrupt as well. But it's not
No.
just the Indian government that's trying to help people. I know many millionaires on various different online things that I've
Yeah.
noticed who are Indian, who are actually pumping money into India, trying to raise it out of its poverty. So it's not even, it's just philanthropists, the
Yeah.
government, external governments,
Mm,
so many different places are trying to actually help India to raise them out of poverty. But the sheer magnitude of the task is just insane. And this is why,
mm,
India is still suffering. And again, I say there's
yeah.
corruption as well, and there's a lot of other stuff going on. But yeah, I mean,
I
just
mean,
just
I wouldn't really go as far to say that they're quote unquote suffering. I mean, they have nuclear weapons and they have space travel.
oh no,
A
India as a
homeless person
country is
a
growing.
crown. It's like I mean, yeah, it's growing in the wrong ways. IMO.
Well, they are.
Anyway, I
They.
think we gotta wrap this
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
or
I think we've
what?
gone over.
Were you gonna say something?
All I'm saying is, yes, they are growing in some aspects, but they still have a
Mm,
huge poverty issue and also a population issue,
yeah,
which they have to control. But if they can't be a dictatorial sort of system like China, then they have to solve it in a democratic way, which shows why India has such a huge problem versus China. Um,
yeah,
Chinese can order everyone to do what they want them to do in order to bring
yeah.
it in line, whilst the Indians
I
can't.
mean, it's
So it's
yeah. I mean, it's like it's pros and cons, and so I think we've got to wrap it up
exactly.
for
I
now.
think yeah, this was pretty good. This was pretty constructive. I think we should have maybe delved
Yeah,
into some of the anarchist stuff a bit more, but I'll be honest, I was very low in information on that. That wasn't my
yeah,
forte. I haven't really spent a lot of time worrying about the anarchists because, again, I just think that they're just spoiled little children of the West who can afford to think about things like that. Rich, poor people
yeah,
are not worried about anarchy. They're worried about getting fed and have a glass of clean drinking water that doesn't kill them. Their
yeah.
priorities are
All
somewhat
right,
different.
so
But anyway,
sorry to interrupt you there, but
yeah, let's call it a day.
so yeah, okay. So assuming as you did the intro, I think I'll do the outro.
Go for it.
Uh, so yeah, follow us on if you like this little edition. Make sure to subscribe to not only Banksy Style, but I guess to myself, even though I'm not even making videos. Would like that little bit of ego. Follow the Twitter. Feel free to DM me if you just want to. If you want to be featured on any of the episodes, just tweet me viciously. I don't know. We're not getting much traffic at all because this is a new thing. Episode 1, yada yada yada. And I hope it will grow a bit more. Hopefully, with the thanks of our viewers and whatnot. None of this is monetized yet, so we're not like fucking grabbing money and pocketing it.
We're not worried about that at
I
the
don't know if
moment.
you
I don't
are.
think that's a major goal. I'm not.
No, that's yeah, you're right. That's completely out of the question. I was about to say donate to the Patreon, and I was like, oh wait, no, we don't even have one of those. We're not the satirician.
Don't worry about things like that at the moment. The other thing
Anyway,
is, to tell you the truth, I've never claimed a penny from YouTube. Although my videos
neither.
are
I mean,
monetized.
I did like the logistics and found out that I could have got like 2p of revenue, and I was just like, okay.
Well, I've reached about $15 in about 6
wow.
months.
That's a whole Starbucks coffee.
I could have had that.
Yeah. So
just
follow
raking
us
it
on
in.
Twitter, subscribe to the YouTube channel, both Banksy and possibly mine. You don't really need to.
But yeah, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you get the latest videos. And yeah, it's been great. Thank you guys for joining us, and I hope you come back. Thanks, Mr. Magnolia, and we'll call it a day for now. Thank you so much. Cheers.